All right, shalom, shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. First off and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. Double honors to the other apostles of Great Millstone, salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Hopping straight into it, discipline in the spirit. I say that to say this. When you come into this thing of ours, when you come to the truth, it's discipline. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Now, disciple itself means learner, student, follower. All right. Teachings of the way of life of a master or a teacher. All right. English, discipline, Latin. Disciplinus, meaning student, pupil, or learner. Discere, to learn. All right. So even when you go into disciple or discipline, all right, discere means to learn. Now, what are you learning? All right. When you come up under a tutelage, especially in the scriptures, you're learning the way of life. What's good, what's bad. All right. You're learning wisdom. You have essentially become a disciple to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay. And there are certain, as you learn, there's certain traits you must carry with you, certain etiquette. All right. Remember, wisdom is not given to everybody, Let's get into some scriptures. Proverbs 12:1. Whosoever loveth instruction loveth knowledge. Now, going back into the word, like I said, means to learn, right? For the most part. All right. You're a student being taught. All right. It says, whoever loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. Now, whoever loveth knowledge is what? They're not going to miss the discord of the elders, like the scriptures say. They're going to be constantly into the scriptures, constantly searching out information, man, standing upon their watch, okay? And it says, make their calling and election sure, okay? Proverbs 13:24, and the water to Yahweh Shem Shai for teaching us. The water to Yahweh Shem Shai for this discipline. Matter of fact, like we go into the word, this whole life experience is nothing but a teaching lesson for the elect on how to judge properly, honestly, and how to appreciate righteousness, right? Proverbs 13:24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son. So the water to Yahweh Shem Shai for not sparing the rod. All right. But he that loveth him, chastise him betimes. All right. So constantly being I ain't gonna say constantly being corrected, but making sure you're instructed and chastised the right way, because like the scripture say, him who's often reproved harden his neck. All right. But essentially that's what happened to Israel. Okay. Proverbs 3:11. My son, despise not the chastising of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom Yahweh loveth, he correcteth, as a father the son in whom he delight. So these are all the things we're going through, man. We got to go through this correction. We got to go through this discipline. Why? So we could know and learn from it. All things are written before time for what? Our knowledge. For what? Reproof, exhortation, all right, things of that nature. It's all for us. Okay. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way that he should go. That goes for us too. When you wake up in the truth, you're a child. So the elders are what? Training you up. All right, you're a disciple. You're learning discipline. All right. To train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he should not depart from it. All right. And that's the whole point of education. All right. Training up a child, education, man. All right. Uh, Revelations 3:19, as many as I love, I rebuke and chastise. And all chastisement doesn't, it ain't fucking joyous. All right. But obviously, how about Shemal Shai is letting you know, hey, I love you. Hey, this got to be this way. This got to be in order. If this is not in order, then this is going to happen. You don't like when this happens, so make sure you stay in order. All right. So you got to see the lessons for what they're for. All right. Oh yeah, here's another one. Because with that, with discipline comes self-control, comes balance. And we all know what the Lord said. Righteous balance is basically it's not good and it's wicked in the Lord's eyes for the most part. All right, but there's things called self-control. There's things called moderation. Um, Too much of anything could fucking kill you. Too much honey could kill you, man. Too much truth can kill you. So there's a balance, and guess what? That's part of discipline. Knowing how much you can handle and what you can't, because you don't want to throw up, you don't want to oversaturate yourself. Okay. 1 Corinthians 9:27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, at least by any means, when I have preached to others myself, become a castaway. All right. Shalom, shalom, elder. Yahbashim, Shabashim, Kakudash, Barakatah. All right. Barakathum to Yakim that's tuning in too. All right. So even with that, there's a form of self-control. Hey, like Paul said, all things are lawful, but it's not expedient. So drinking, women, hey, your children, all right, those things are lawful, but you want to bring all those things to subjection. You don't want those things controlling you. You want to have, discipline, not only within yourself but over those things. Okay, because like I said, when we read these scriptures, when we go through these situations, it's called experience. So we're actually learning. Like I said, going back into that word, the root word, discipline, discipolis, all right, which polis goes into pupil, all right, a learning student basically, and discer means literally to learn, meaning training or instruction. What we're involved in is the biggest discipleship. Um, and that implies what? Discipline, commitment, transformation, because you become a new creature, you become a new man, obedience, a certain lifestyle, a certain etiquette that's required of us as men of Yahweh Shem Shai. See, everybody else in this world is not being held accountable. We actually are. We actually watch our actions. We actually do these things that the scriptures tell us to do. So we can make sure that we are on the right point, because we have other men under us that needs to learn from us. So they have to get what? The correct doctrine. They have to have the perfect examples set before them. So these men know what to do when certain experiences come upon them. See, we learn from our elder experiences. All right. And sometimes some lessons you can't learn from another man. Certain things you have to go through yourself, because it sticks harder. All right. It sticks harder. All right. So that's pretty much what I want to touch on, man, is learning, being disciplined, knowing the meaning of that word and what we actually into. It's a lot. Us as men, there's a certain structure we must have. Especially when it comes to, because you gotta understand, we gotta run our own families, right? How much more the church of Yahweh Shem Shai? That's why when you read Timothy's and the Lord say, a good bishop basically got his house in order, his wife in order. The Lord has to entrust this man, all right, with the house of God. So if you don't have your own house in order, or certain discipline, or certain things in order, how the hell are you going to tend to the flock of Yahweh Shem Shai? All right. So us knowing that, me knowing that, hey, the elders make videos about it, about having a structured life, putting your shit in order. Hey, whether you getting up at 5 or 6 o'clock, like what time is it? 6:45. Usually I'm up at 6. I'm up at 5:30, man. It's putting your shit in order, man. And having your day planned out. Or I ain't gonna say having your day planned out, man, because shit happens throughout the whole day. But one thing I'm gonna say about discipline, okay, we know we got to feed the flock, right? How can I set up my day while I'm doing the things I need to do for the Lord and the church? Because honestly, everything else is secondary. When you don't start putting your life in order now, oh, I gotta work, I gotta do this shit, man. I do my videos to let me rush and put some shit together. It's not as organic. All right. If you had a set schedule, and hey, like we say, you make plans, the Lord laugh, but have some type of routine, have some type of discipline, structure in your life. All right. Trust me, it makes the whole fucking day a lot easier. Me personally, I'm an executive chef. If I don't have my shit in order, shit is out of order. And I say all that to say this. Although I'm an executive chef and I work a lot of hours, I have to structure my day to where I'm putting Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai first. Because if I don't, then it get lost in the fucking sauce, man. All right? It gets lost in the fucking sauce. And you don't want to put like the scriptures say, you don't want to put the Lord off day to day. Okay, I'll do my videos this way. Okay, no, I'll get into my studies. No. Line your shit up. Please, line your shit up. Trust me, it makes a hell of a difference. Hey, these scrolls we read, Lord just didn't throw them all together. No, it's a certain order to them. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much the biggest notion I want to touch on is just having some type of discipline in your life, man. Not only for you, I speak to myself too. You try to get better in all angles of life, but you're trying to, you want to, rebuke that procrastination demon. All right, you want to pray to the Lord for more discipline, more order, because spiritually those things help, man. Spiritually, those things are soothing. Listen, we're already under the curses. We're going to go through a lot of shit on this side. So if you could, I ain't going to say ease just your personal problems a little bit. Well, you can. Because a lot of times we self-sabotage. A lot of times, and the elders will tell you this, you are your biggest demon. Oh, I'll go up the hill. I can't pay my bills. Can't pay your bills because you done fucked off your money because you done did some dumb shit. So now you become a burden. So you were a demon to yourself because you didn't have discipline or you didn't have some type of order. So now you become a burden. All right. And it's just demons fucking with me. I'm broke. No. There's certain things in our lives that we could tweak a little bit that won't put us in certain situations. But all that comes with learning, knowledge, wisdom, and experiences, man. So yeah, man. Always take that into account, man. How can I structure my day to where I'm doing the most for the Lord? Because I want you brothers to understand, it's a balance. As much as we all want to be, how about Shemi Shai 24/7, we're not going to be preaching 24/7. Sometimes you're going to be at work. Sometimes you're going to be here. Sometimes whatever. But our spirit, our minds are always there, right? We're always meditating in the spirit. So when you meditate in the spirit, more or less, try to set up some discipline for yourself, for your camp. Hey, even here, we still do camp reads. Make sure brothers are on point. Hey, we reading this book this week. Then you come back the next week. Hey, how you feel about this chapter? What precepts you got for this? So, those firing pins, you get it going. You get the fire rolling, so to speak. Iron sharpeneth iron. All right. And so, hey, you set up order, you set up little discipline things like that to make sure brothers are in order. So there's little things we all can tweak so we could become better men of the Lord. All right. And that was really pretty much the whole premise of this video, was us being better men for the Lord. All right. Hey, to make your body a living sacrifice, you got to have some type of discipline. You got to. You got to cut off the world. You got to cut off the flesh. It's so much shit that you need to do because you don't want to be choked out by the cares of the world. All right. So, hey, Yahweh Ratazah, this was somewhat edifying. It was just on my spirit. Because like I say, a lot of lessons, hey, I do lessons and then I always think of myself to make sure I'm doing the right thing, man. So when I came up with, Spirit hopped on me, it's like, let's do a lesson on discipline. Well, you know what? I need a little bit more discipline. I need to do this. I need to do that. All right. If I got to do it, let me let my brothers know, hey, what the hell I got to do and how I structure my life, or how I can structure my life better. Because when you're an example for other brothers see these videos, they see your example. A lot of them take it to heart. All right, man, let me do this. Damn, that brother changed just about his life. Now okay, damn, let me do, that's how it is, man. I see a lot from different brothers and I grab, hey, now let me implement this in my life. Let me do this, let me do that, man, because we're all part of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And as long as you're doing something to benefit the truth, try to find that area of order and discipline. All right, because it's only beneficial. Right? So with that, hey, I pray this was edifying. I'm saying all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Karkadash. Double honors to the other apostles, a great millstone, salutations to the elect wherever you may be. Abad, Babal.